What's up, guys? Belligerent here with a new Palworld video. Palworld is a game with tons of depth and different things to do. There's, of course, the combat, capturing the pals, battling the pals. There's also the base building and the automation. But the one thing I'm most excited about is pal breeding. For my money, it has the most depth. It affects the most aspects of the game, from how fast your mount travels to how well your workers work. And of course, how strong your battle pals are. It ranges from simple beginner of let's make a cake all the way to let me break out the spreadsheet and Tylenol and figure this all out. I'm going to cover it all for you, just not in this video. This video is part 1 of my breeding series. And in this video, I'm going to give the ground floor overview of what you'll need to do to get started breeding your pals in Palworld. Remember, you don't need to scale it as large as you'll see here in my video. It's certainly possible to mix all of this in as just a part of your base instead of the entirety of a base like I have here. Let's jump in. Remember, if this video helps, a like would be appreciated, and make sure to subscribe for much more Palworld content coming very soon. So this is the ground level overview of what you will need in your base, what type of pets you will need, and finally, how to produce an egg. Check out the rest of this series for more in-depth information of what is mentioned here in this video. Some of this will be basic base building stuff, but still I'm going to mention it because it may help some of those very new to the game. First thing you're going to need is pet beds. Keep the pets happy. This building you see right here in front of me is where I house all of my pet beds, keep them out of the way. Second is going to be the egg incubator. The incubator unlocks in your technology at level 7. It does require an ancient technology point to unlock and ancient parts to build it. Chillet is probably the first and easiest boss for you to defeat at level 11. Once you get one of those built, you're ready to start your journey of pal breeding. Sorta. Obviously, you can't breed just yet, but one aspect of breeding that is probably underrated is egg hunting. I'll get into egg hunting more in another video, but once you have your incubator, you can start hatching eggs that you find out in the wild, which can be important to your process in the future. The next obvious thing you are going to need is the breeding farm. The breeding farm is where you will, surprise, surprise, breed your pets. You'll need 1 male, 1 female pal. That's probably obvious also. And you'll need to assign them to the breeding farm by picking them up and throwing them into the farm, kind of like you see me do right here with this little chillet. We'll grab it, we'll throw it into the farm, and it is now ready to be part of the breeding process. Once you have accomplished that, they will start breeding. And soon after, an egg will be ready. You can see its progress in the form of the orange circle around the little egg icon you see here in front of me, but you can't have the egg just yet. To actually produce an egg, you're going to need cake, because who doesn't like cake? Once you have a cake, put it into your breeding farm storage box, and presto, insta egg. The breeding farm unlocks at level 19, and everything else I'm about to show you will unlock prior to that. So by level 19, you should be up and running with everything you're going to need. Okay, that's the short and simple of pal breeding. The rest of what we will talk about is all about cake. This is what you'll need to produce your cake, all the ingredients, how we get them, and what type of pals you're going to need. First, you will need berry and wheat fields. Those will require pals to plant, water, and harvest the fields. You will need a mill to turn your wheat into flour. You will need a ranch with a bee a chicken, and a cow. These are also known as bee guard, chickpea, and mozzarella. These will produce your milk, eggs, and honey. Everything you need to produce a cake. Chickens you'll have no issues finding. They are one of the first pals you come into contact with when you start the game. You can see that area here. This is where you start, but as you can see, they're kind of all over the place. Cows can be found in the area here on the map near Azarobi. And bees can be found in this area. Although early on, I don't recommend you trying to catch one. Instead, you're probably better off hunting in this area for verdant eggs and finding one that hatches you a bee guard. They run around, they chase you, they explode. When they explode, they kill you. It's a somewhat difficult process to capture one and prevent it from exploding all at the same time. So, especially early on in your process, I would recommend you just go egg hunting to find yourself a bee. That's what I did for this setup. My first bee guard, I found an egg for. The second one, I bred. You'll also need a cooler box to store all the ingredients in. This increases the expiration time of your ingredients. And you'll need a pal with cooling to cool the cooler box. That's a whole lot of cools. And keep the ingredients fresh longer. Finally, you're going to need a cooking pot. In the cooking pot, we cook cake. You'll also need a pal with kindling. Fox Sparks will be the first pal that you encounter that has this skill, but you probably want to upgrade as quickly as possible because with level 1 kindling, cakes take 5 business days to deliver. That's it. That's the basics of what you're going to need to know to get started breeding. Remember to check out the rest of the videos in this series so we can dive into further details about pal breeding. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and tell a friend. I'm Belligerent. Peace.